If you're interviewing somebody for a teaching job, I think it's a really good idea to ask them to talk about one specific lesson. And usually I would give them warning that that was going to happen. Well, earlier on in my career as a manager, I hadn't quite got all of that worked out, but I remember interviewing one particular guy, looked very hopeful, bright, alert, energetic. Well, you're a good candidate. But then I asked him, what do you teach? And he said, well, words. Well, yes, and how? And he said, and I'm just reading this, I choose words from a topic, e.g. Egypt. Okay, fine. But then how do you actually teach them? I use flashcards. Yes, well, how do you use the flashcards? And I use the technique to teach spelling. Look, cover, check. And of course, at that moment, he lost the interview. There was no way I was going to appoint somebody who didn't know what a word was. Because a word is not looking at it and spelling it and reading it. A word is meaning. He didn't know that you have to teach the meaning of a word. And that is the crucial part of teaching EAL. The problem for us as teachers is that we don't often realise that some of the words we're using are problematic for the children we're teaching. For very many reasons. One of the reasons, of course, is that the words are fairly rare. But because we know them easily, we forget to teach them to children. And I've just got a list of words which I took from some primary books, at least 20 years ago. From Fire in the Street, I came across the word smouldering. That's a difficult word because it's so rare and unused. Mr. Gumpy's outing had squabble and trample. And Shorty the Puppy, Activity Book 1, had buzz, oink, woof, meow and moo. All of those words are unusual. So we need to be aware all the time that there are going to be lots of words in the books we're using with children that they don't understand the meaning of. And we need to make sure that we're teaching the meaning. Now, I've mentioned already words that we know are difficult, like isobar, or latent heat and potential energy. But the problem is that we only teach the difficult words. So, for instance, if someone's teaching about isobars, they'll talk about areas of equal pressure in order to explain what an isobar is, but they'll forget that lots of children don't know the word pressure. You might talk about latent heat. You would explain what latent meant, but forget to teach the word heat, which for many EAL children may be difficult. They know the word hot and cold, but not heat. Potential energy, you'll talk about the word potential, but not energy. And I've just got down here latitude and longitude here, because that when we're teaching latitude and longitude, we're assuming that the world is spherical, which of course it is. But of course the children that we're teaching may not know that. I remember Liaquat asking me, are there two different suns, one for Pakistan and one for Britain? You can understand why he thought that, because the sun in Britain is so awful. Yes, so often we're making assumptions about what the children understand, what they know, and what words they know the meaning of. And those assumptions are wrong. We need to check them out all the time.